I'm joined here today for Primetime Local News with Don Moore, the Associate Dean with Portage College. Thank you so much for joining us today. Now, Portage College is adding micro-credentials to its list of offerings. What's involved in these short programs for students?
Yeah, as you mentioned, yeah, Portage is getting involved in micro-credentialing, and it's really exciting over at our institution. These micro-credentials themselves, they're a different way of viewing learning, and it's a shift towards more short, bite-sized pieces, so that folks can kind of upskill or reskill or take little bits of training more short-term and more independently as they're proceeding along with their educational journey. As you mentioned, Portage has just recently announced that we have 4 new micro-credentials, one of which is already out and 3 more to come in the fall as well too. And so these micro-credentials are designed kind of in partnership with some of our external partners, industry, employers, whomever they happen to be. And so they've been working with some of our experts at our institution to create these shorter bite-sized training pieces to support individuals as they're pursuing their careers, either upskilling or reskilling.
And why has the college decided to bring these short programs in only now and just not in the past?
Well, that's a great question too. Micro-credentialing, it's not really something that's new, but it's something that's getting perhaps better defined and more popular as time goes on. In the last 5 or so years, we've really seen a rise in micro-credentialing kind of around the world, in particular in Canada, that's for sure. I think as our world is getting faster and we're seeing folks work in more and more different industries and continuing to reskill, there becomes a larger demand for some of this on-demand training programming, and people are taking more short bite-sized pieces, but also wanting these bite-sized pieces to kind of fit into something larger. The Alberta government in advanced education has also given us a little bit of information about micro-credentialing and had actually put out a call for expressions of interest or proposals from institutions. And so we had participated in that as well too. And so advanced education has worked with us on helping to fund some of our development for it as well. And then we even have some external partners who are interested in working with Portage on developing some short-term training. And so with all this interest in micro-credentialing, we thought, well, we should try and formalize something a little bit more and get a micro-credential plan in place and then start offering some of these things.
And could you tell us what micro-credentials Portage College will be offering soon and what program is actually available today?
The first one that's currently being offered is the Supportive Care Assistant Program. And so we have put out some press releases about that one earlier. And that's for folks who are working more in the hospital or healthcare sector. And it's kind of like an introductory level program to upskill people to be working directly in long-term care facilities, potentially in hospitals or healthcare centers, with some folks as they are coming in there to support in their healthcare needs. And so that's one that's being offered right now. It's tuition free, and if there is interest in joining, then I would strongly recommend that folks take a look at our website and explore that opportunity. We still have enrollment coming for it, so that'll be great. In the fall, we are going to have 3 new micro-credentials as well that are going to be offered. One of them is in permaculture, which is this really interesting approach to agriculture, where we look at more of a kind of conscious and deliberate design of maintaining and building agricultural opportunities that focuses more on like the natural ecosystem. We have another one that's coming up that's working with autoclaved aerated concrete, which may sound like a new term to a lot of folks, but it's a new type of concrete that's getting more popular in Canada. So that program is going to be designed more for folks who want to learn about autoclaved aerated concrete, but also who want to get into the field, either to work with it or tradesmen who want to be able to construct with it, maybe some electricians who are wiring in a home that uses autoclaved aerated concrete instead, because it's a different kind of building material, right? The last one that we're looking at launching in the fall too is our foundational learning instructor program. And what that one is for is that's for folks who are working directly with some of our foundational learning adults. And that one's actually going to be offered across the province with some of our partners at the Community Learning Network.
And does Portage College expect to see a strong reaction from students from going into these short programs, would you say?
Oh, I think so. I think one of the best things about these micro-credentials are how involved industry is. And so even as we're designing these programs, we have industry partners who are sitting at the table with us. When we're looking at permaculture, for instance, we had numerous local organizations who were sitting there writing letters of support and are helping to guide and direct the program, because their goal is, as folks are taking these programs, they want these folks to then be able to work in these particular industries. So here you're having employers who are directly involved in creating these short bursts of programming, so that then when people take them, they can become employed in these fields. And by having employers as involved as they are, you know that it's something that they're going to value as well too. And so students who are looking for some upskilling to get those positions, they're going to be able to use that as well.
And for people unaware right now, where can they find more information online, and where can they be able to sign up and everything for these micro credentials?
Sure. So currently we are running, currently it's only the supportive care assistant program that we are taking recruitments for. The rest will be coming in the fall. So checking out our Portage College websites are our best bet as we see more and more information coming out about these programs. So yeah, our website will probably be the best place. I know we'll be doing some mini announcements too as we carry on to celebrate more of our programs. But at this point, they'll be through the continuing education branch of our website. So that will be the best place to get some more information on it.
Well, perfect. I think it's amazing to see that Portage College is offering students now for this. Thank you so much for joining me today, Don.
Thank you so much for having me, Shelby.